Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I will be reading from the r/malicious compliance subreddit. So let's jump into it. The bride's mom passed away about 2 months before the wedding. The groom's else mom refused to allow for a funeral because she said that would be too expensive and instead held a small ceremony in their backyard with just close family present. I wasn't very close with my mother-in-law at all, but I did like her. She was very sweet to me when we first met. She had been ill for a while, and we knew this could be the last time some of the family would see her. My husband and I were in another state for the ceremony. We found out about it after the fact and sent a card with flowers. Fast forward 2 months, we are planning our wedding. It is now 4 weeks away, and I haven't heard from her since she told us the date of the wedding. I figured she was still grieving and just needed some space. Then I get a call from her asking if we can have the reception at her house. I asked why, and she said her church was booked. Our wedding was going to be at a local restaurant, so the reception made sense. It wouldn't be too much work for her. I told her thank you, but no. And I explained that I wanted something different for the reception, just a dance floor and a DJ. She didn't take it well. She basically threw a fit over the phone about how she was being kept from her son on his big day. I told her we would be happy to meet halfway. She hung up on me. 2 days later, I got a letter from her saying she would drop it. I was confused. What does that mean? Later that week, I got a text from a friend of hers who said, "Don't listen to her. She is going to try and guilt you into doing what she wants." I texted back, "What do you mean?" And she responded with, "She has already started the planning process for your wedding and reception. You will see." 1 week later, I get a call from the friend again. She tells me that my email is making plans to hold a memorial for her daughter on the day of the wedding. I thought it was a joke until I saw the look on my husband's face when he read the message. We called her and she admitted it. She also said that it would be a nice thing to remember her on such a happy day. She said it would only be an hour long and that I should feel honored that she chose this day to remember her. She also threatened to make it longer if I didn't agree. My husband and I looked at each other and he said, "Well, I guess we are having the reception at your house." I am not one to plan things. I don't even plan my own vacations. My husband takes care of everything. So I left it all to him. He told her yes, but that we would need help and he would pick up the slack. She agreed and ended the call. 2 days later, he told me she had hired a photographer and was planning to hold it in the backyard under a tent. I told him I was done. I didn't want to marry her. She had threatened me and was trying to push her way into our lives by using her dead daughter as a pawn. She may have won this battle, but she wouldn't win the war. My husband told me that wasn't fair to her. He said she had lost her daughter and was already feeling guilty. He said she didn't mean it the way it came off. I told him she shouldn't have threatened me. If she hadn't, I would have been more than happy to accommodate her. But she left me no choice. I talked to her the day before the wedding and told her that I would go along with it, but that I didn't want any part of planning it. She said it was fine and thanked me. I did show up the next day. The wedding was beautiful. The photographer she hired took amazing pictures. I was glad I had him there to capture the moment. When it was time for the reception, we walked outside to a beautifully decorated backyard. There were white chairs set up in a circle. A microphone and lectern sat on a small table beside the tent where guests were supposed to eat. The photographer had a table set up with a guest book and 2 framed pictures of the bride and groom with the bride as mother. There was also a stack of papers and pens beside the pictures. One read, "In loving memory of," and the other said, "Obituary." I should mention that neither the bride nor the groom had ever seen an obituary before. I felt sick to my stomach. I tried to leave, but people stopped me to tell me how thoughtful it was to honor the mother of the bride this way. I politely declined, saying I didn't know anything about it and was just going along with it. No one else seemed to mind, though. They either knew or guessed that the mother-in-law had taken charge. The ceremony began with a prayer, followed by a few Bible verses. After that, everyone filed past the pictures to sign the guest book. The mother-in-law then gave a speech about her daughter and how proud she was of her. She reminisced about her childhood and how she always wanted to be a mother. She talked about her favorite memories with her, including ones that were supposed to be private. I felt tears prickling my eyes, but I blinked them away. I couldn't believe that she would do this. Then she handed out the obituaries. I read it. It talked about her whole life, accomplishments, awards, and especially her family. It mentioned her son and how proud she was of the man he became and how much she loved him. It also mentioned her daughter-in-law and welcomed her to the family. It didn't mention me by name, but it did say the bride, who was obviously me. It went on to say how excited she was for her son to start his new life with the bride and how she hoped they would be happy. It also reminded the family and friends to focus on the bride and groom and that this was their day. She told everyone that she understood if they were angry with her for what she had done, but that she couldn't bear the thought of her daughter not being remembered on such a happy day. She asked for forgiveness and understanding and ended it with, "Thank you for being here today." It means a lot to both me and her. After she finished, she took a deep breath and said she was sorry. I immediately hugged her. I couldn't be mad at her anymore. She was grieving and needed someone. I told her I accepted her apology and that it was okay. I then spent the night talking with the family, eating good food, drinking, and dancing. It was the best wedding I could have asked for. My husband and I are extremely happy. We are now planning our future together, and we are so excited for what's to come. Op delivered malicious compliance. That escalated quickly. I didn't think the mill was going to actually do it. Like she said she was going to do it. So Op definitely delivered. This is definitely one of those stories where you just got to read the comments because the top comment is just absolutely perfect. The top comment says, "What a lovely story, and the mother of the bride sounds like a strong, classy woman. I hope that Op finds someone as wonderful to be a mother to their children one day. As a side note, I hope that she learns to speak up for herself sooner in future situations, rather than waiting until the last minute." She did eventually, and that's good. But sometimes the early bird gets the worm. I completely agree with that comment. Also, the mother-in-law sounds lovely. Like, as far as mother-in-laws go, this one sounds pretty awesome. So Op, if you're watching this, please learn from your mother-in-law. I think she's awesome. And if she can be your mother-in-law, then that means she could also be a grandmother to your kids someday. So I hope you guys can repair that relationship. But malicious compliance was definitely served. So I rate this one solid 5 out of 5. Anyways, that is all for me today. I hope you enjoyed that malicious compliance just as much as I did. And if you did, please leave a like. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye.